Hello there, welcome to Crafting Unedited. My name's Sierra, and I'm the designer, owner, all things Crafting Unedited. In case you haven't watched any of my other videos, I thought I'd introduce myself again. Today, I am going to show you the process that it takes to make a glass block. Customized, of course, for a special someone's order. And I'm going to go through the whole process minus the designing of the image. And I've got a bit of a mess going on here, so excuse me. I hope you don't mind messy areas because, you know, that's what crafting is. We're messy people. But we're only messy when we're working. That's how you know we're busy and we're good. So first off, I have some angel wings that I'm going to put on the back of it. So the supplies that you'll need, I use, for the back side, I'm going to be using a frosted window cling. This is by Cricut. It is very tricky to cut, apparently. You have to go through it a few times for it to actually puncture. Regular window cling, super easy. Goes through with the settings the way that they are. Frosted window cling is a bit thicker, apparently. I learned that the hard way. And it makes it very difficult to weed. So when you're trying to pull it apart, it makes it very, very, very time consuming. Unless you do it the right way. So, window cling, frosted. I have some black vinyl. I have my glass block. I purchased this at AC Moore. Michaels and everywhere has them too, but they're going to come in different sizes. I personally love the 7 3/4 by 7 3/4. It's big enough to put a great image on, and if you wanted to hold something in it, you could. You'll need your cutting tool and a mat and Cricut Design Space. If you're using Design Space, I know that there's a silhouette out there or whatever thing you're using. Whatever floats your boat. I like Cricut. I like Design Space. That's me. So I've got my images ready over here, and I would show you, but like I said, it's a mess. So I'm going to turn you really quickly so that you can see the design. It is a set. Maybe you can see the design. Oops. I'm going to move things, break things here. Hold on. It is, hold on, a set of angel wings on one side. That'll be the back. That's what the frosted window cling is for. And then it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. It is a Bible verse, and this is per the customer's request. Let me put you back so that you can see me and all that I'm doing here. Maybe. Oh, that's because I zoomed. Sorry. I'm not ready for my close-up today. Alright, so why is there a pink in the background? This is Crafting Unedited. You should expect some weird wonky things from me. That's just how it goes, man. Alright, so first we're going to cut our window cling. What I like to do is just line it up. This does have the grid on the back, but I don't like using that just because I like to see where I like to match what's on Design Space to what's on my sheet. So it goes down to about 6, so we'll go to 6, maybe a little past 6. And actually I'm going to go right at 6 and make a little notch. This gives me an idea of where I need to cut, and a little after 6 on this side because the wing goes a little over, or it's right at 6, and I don't like cutting it that close. Yeah, it would probably save some stuff, but I'm not that desperate to save product that I'm gonna risk the customer's product over. And I can't find my little notch for this side. Oh, that's because I'm looking on the wrong side. Duh. See? This is what happens when you're working super early and staying up super late. That might be cutting it kind of close, but that's okay. This one is on a line, so I'll use the rotary tool. Kind of went off the mat a little there, so it didn't cut all the way through. There we go. Get that out of the way. Yes, there are easier ways of doing this. I apparently like to make life difficult. Oh yeah, we need to put this away. And I still might be just a smidge too short. I don't know how I managed that. That is okay though. We'll do it this way. Just come over a little bit more. I'm trying to align it. I fudged it up. Well, it's okay though. We'll make it work. Alright. So I've got this on here. And I'm going to grab another mat to measure the black while the frost is cutting. 6 by 6. 6 by 6. Okay. I think I did those good. 6 by 6 and 6 by 6. See how easy that is? Not really easy. So I'm going to load my Cricut mat here. Making sure that there's nothing behind it that it's going to catch on. Nothing in front of it that it's going to catch on. Okay. And then what did I use before? I used window cling and more. So you gotta make sure that you use the window cling setting, but you want to put more pressure onto it. That way it goes through the thicker material. Alright, so we're going to load the mat there. And then as soon as the button flashes, we'll put the... Yeah, I know I should have the clear covers on these, but I'm kind of too lazy to do that. Alright, button's ready, so we'll hit it. Alright, next we'll do the 6 by 6 for the black. Please excuse my Cricut maker. He's very loud. Okay, 6 by 6 again. When you do the same thing, just make a couple of notches here. Both of these are on lines, so that will help. That's done, but I'm not ready yet. So yes, I'm one of those people that even if you give me a straight line to cut, I'm not going to, no matter how hard I try. And that's okay. That's why I have the Cricut. It cuts straight lines for me. Typically, I'd advise against putting I didn't think about that. Your vinyl on the Cricut upside down, it's not HTV, it will stick and crease. Okay, I just did this, but that's okay because it's wording and it won't show through. Alright, now we're gonna align this one. See, can't cut in a straight line to save my life. One. There's two. Alright, that is good to go. I did another one of these glass blocks, same style, for the same customer recently. And they absolutely loved it. But I used a white vinyl that was apparently removable vinyl, and I didn't realize it. Which isn't a problem for the customer, it's more of an issue for me because when I was weeding the letters, it was very difficult, very time consuming. So I learned my lesson. We'll use black today until I get some regular white vinyl in. Alright, the black is going through. And while that one goes through, I'm going to remove this from the block. Typically it comes off pretty easily, but if it does not, you can always use rubbing alcohol or Windex. Windex is by far the best option. But I do want to clean the block. So what I'm going to do is move this. Put that away. And get paper towel and some rubbing alcohol. And what this does is it just removes any oil or coating or anything that might be on the block that would prevent it from sticking properly. And try not to spill it everywhere like I did the last time. I spilled it all over my leg the last time, and trust me, that was not fun because I had just shaved. So you just take the rubbing alcohol, you get both sides, wipe it down, make sure there's no residue, nothing on it, and then you stand it up, let it dry. And I can kind of see where the sticker was, so I'm going to give it a good scrubbing. Alright, that should do it. All clean on that side. I'm going to move some of my stuff here so that it's not so clustered. Okay. Now that that's all clean, we'll throw that away. And this should just peel. See, it didn't go through all the way again, which makes it very difficult. There we go. Once you get like one corner off, it's typically pretty easy to pull apart. The hardest part is around the bottom of the angel wings. Okay. So you see I've got, you probably can't see that because it's clear. My bad. And the more difficult part is I can't see what I'm doing really. I'm actually just going to bring this all the way down. Same with this side, that way I can work with one side at a time. And what I found with this is that it works better if you pull from up. There we go. There's one part. See, it's very difficult. It doesn't like to pull off. It makes my life very, very difficult. It's not very nice. there we go. The other part of this process is finding a pattern or something that's going to work. So apparently if you pull up and then down on the bottom of the angel wing, it comes off pretty easily. Who'd have thunk it? Not me, apparently. So basically if you follow the pattern, life gets easy. And now I don't have to yell. Hopefully I didn't wake up the house. That's my only complaint about the Cricut Maker so far, is that it's kind of obnoxiously loud. Kind of obnoxiously loud to me is like not really loud at all, but I'm obnoxiously loud and that's okay. So this is the longest part of this process for these blocks, is other than designing them, they turn out really nice. You can add lights to them. Some people do. I have done in the past for other blocks, but for these, it doesn't need it, and you'll see why. So my angel wings are ready to go. Oop, no. Oops. Pause, don't start cutting again. My bad. So, for the angel wings, I'm not going to use anything to transfer them. I'm going to eyeball them, and that's because they're window clings, so they're easy on, easy off. And I don't need to waste any transfer tape on them. I'm actually going to go ahead and do those now. So I will let you see. So basically you just find a placement for them. Just stick them right on. And the frosted window cling looks really, really awesome on these. Turn it towards me. Trying not to touch the adhering area. Get your fingerprints all over it. Okay, and that is what the back side of this will look like. And what I like to do is take my scraper tool, so you'll need that too, and just kind of go over it and make sure it gets on there nice and well. And because I cleaned it, there's no issues. It's stuck. It's not coming off unless you peel it off because it's a window cling, right? Right. All right. Let's move that off to the side and weed the black. Fingers crossed, this is an easy process and it doesn't take very long, because I don't want you to be on here forever today. I know you've probably got things to do. I fudged up. It happens. So I'm gonna have to recut the bottom, the Philippians 413 piece, because I measured 6 by 6 and it was a little after 6 on that side. I measured it right, but it was flipped when I put it on there. This stuff happens. And again, this wording is a pain in my butt. It's the letters. So what I'm going to do is fix my whoops by redesigning the image. So we are just going to do this. Type it up. Phill. I don't know how to spell Philippians. Ippians. 4, 13. All right, so I've got my wording. Come on. Oops. Some of the major downfalls of having a Mac is that the trackpad doesn't always work very well with Cricut. You gotta, excuse me, drag and drop. So I've got this the way that I want. I got the words, but I gotta find some lettering, some font that I like. One preferably that is not all squiggly and thin, because that makes it very difficult. I don't like that one. This is a very tedious process as well, because I'm very picky. Typically I wouldn't have you sit through this, but because I fudged up, I want to make sure that I show you how to fix the fudge up. I like that one, but I want to keep Christ and strengthens in a different form or a different font. So what I'm going to do is select the whole thing. I know that you can't see this, and I'm very sorry. Maybe I can turn you just a little bit so that you can kind of see what I'm doing. So let's zoom in here and turn you a little bit more. Can I zoom in a little bit more? There we go. See, maybe? There you go. So what I want to do is I want to take Christ and strengthens, and I want to change the font of them separately. So I'm going to ungroup to lines, which means that each line is its own word. So we're going to change the font on these. On something bold. And then I'm going to make it bigger because I want the emphasis on Christ and strengthens. And we'll realign that in a second. Same thing with this one. We'll go up to that font. I kind of like that. It's super chunky. It's pretty cool. And then we're going to make that a little bigger. But I got to be careful because I can't go over 6 wide. So we're going to leave that at 6. Well, I could, but I don't want to. I want it to fit in the thing properly. So we're going to unlock the corner and just make it a tiny bit longer. And actually I'm going to do the same thing with this because I like the way that it looks when it's stretched out like that. And then we're going to select this whole thing and align it center horizontally. That way it's all aligned properly, except for me. Me looks like it got missed. Sometimes I don't know what Design Space is thinking. There we go. Me is now aligned, and I think that I want to distribute. Whoops, let's undo that. And then we're going to select all of this and we're going to align and distribute vertically. So what that does is that it puts it, it's supposed to put it all so that it's evenly distributed between each letter. Oh, that's because of the H. Okay. So it's right. It just looks wonky because of the H and who. That's my OCD there kicking in. Alright, so I like the way that that looks. It looks pretty nice. And then I think that I have 7 inches to play with here. Across. Nah, 6.5. That's okay because this is about 6.5 total. With this guy. Alright, so just looks weird because of the G and the H connecting. So because of that, I'm going to make this a little bigger. this a little bigger. Same thing with this, but not by much. And then I'll have to go through the whole aligning process again, which is totally fine. Oops, too big. And a little bigger here. See? And then we're going to go through and align again. And distribute. Distribute. There we go. I like it. Looks a little less all over the place. And now what I do is select all. Make it my 6. And I want to attach it all. Oops, see, me got missed again. Why does it keep getting missed? That's confusing. There we go. And actually, I could weld this to make sure that it is all attached because it's all one color and I don't have to worry about it. But weld, attach, it's got the same process. All right, so let me shake you back. Let me put you back to original zoom. Sorry. I'm blocking you. All right, so now that we've got that fixed, we're going to get rid of the angel wings. We're going to make it cut another piece of vinyl. Hopefully not screwing it up again. I'll still use that other decal for something else, just not for this. So I need it a little past 6 and a little past 6. So this sheet here will not work. Okay, this will be used as a scrap piece or an extra piece. Not worried at all. And we're just going to do it the way that I normally do. I was trying to be more organized with it, but obviously being more organized with this stuff does not work for me. So, my rotary tool. And we're just going to go down to 7 to be safe this time. Definitely not a straight line, but that's okay. As long as it doesn't go all the way up into 6, we're good. No, I need it 7. Again, I'm not a professional. So if you want someone with professional experience, I'm not that person. Just thought I'd give you that now. I am just removing this to verify that it's okay because my straight line is not straight at all. Alright. This took a little longer than I expected. I did not expect to have a whoops. But it happens, and when it does happen, I want to show you how to fix your whoopsies. Because they're going to happen, like I just said. Okay, so this goes down to 7, and this goes across to 7, in a very not so straight line on either end of the spectrum. Way off on the straight line. That's okay. This is my idea of straight lines. This is why I have a Cricut. Alright, so Strengthens falls about 4. We're good on strengthens. Philippians goes about to 6. Into 6? No, into 5. And down to 6. Just a tiny bit past 6. We're good. This should be fine. It's fine. Typically I say that when, you know, things like the house is burning down. That was not legitimate. That's just a analogy. Oh my goodness, it's already after 5 a.m. Time flies when you're having fun. Premium vinyl. Let's get this party started. So while that cuts this time, I'm going to go over my thing again with the scraper that way. Because once I laid it down, I could see that there were bubbles. I don't like bubbles. Well, that's not true. I like bubbles, but not in my vinyl. So we just take the scraper over it, and you can't really see it unless you're in a different light. That's why I have it settled on the table. Whoopsie. Typically these things are not so tedious. It's more of the designing that can be tedious. And this was a my bad with the lettering. So with the lettering, the more, and I might have the same issue with this because I think I use the same font on the small stuff. I'll show you. As you're weeding your design for the smaller font with the squiggly lines, the thinner letters, they tend to not come apart very easily from the thing, so you have to use a lot of patience and make sure that you don't catch any letters and that they don't stick to them. I'll show you. It's easier to show than it is to tell what I'm talking about with this. Because it's got the thinner swirls on the letters that like to stick when they're not supposed to. And then things like what just happened happens. And now it's stuck to me. And now it's stuck to the weeding tool. Okay. This makes it very tedious, very time consuming, very stressful when it doesn't need to be stressful. So I'm not going to do all of this. Just going to do a couple of letters to show you what I am referring to. So basically the letters, the smaller the font, the significantly more difficult it is to weed. Because your letters want to stick to the unwanted vinyl. I don't know if you heard that because I was talking into the thing. And as you can see, I'm struggling. But I want to show you this so that you can see what I'm referring to. Okay, so the two letters that I did was do. D-O. And as you can see, they pulled apart, and that's not a good quality image anymore. They stuck to the unwanted vinyl, this, and they're not pulling apart very easily at all. Like as you can see, the N is actually adhered. It's still stuck. And that's not the Cricut's fault. That's not my fault. That's just, it might be my fault. Maybe I used the wrong type of vinyl, but it's just regular premium vinyl by Cricut, so I'm not entirely sure. This is why I prefer to do the thicker fonts, because then I don't have to worry about it. No worries. As soon as that's done, we'll fix the issue. This isn't as swirly. The O's don't have the extra loop, I don't think. As soon as that's done, we'll get going on this, and it shouldn't take too much longer. Might have to be a to be continued if this takes much longer. It's at 88%, so. All right, we've got no more bubbles. Well, we got tiny bubbles, but I'm not concerned with that. Tiny bubbles are okay. Nobody's gonna notice those except for me. It doesn't do anything to the quality of the product. I mean, to the eye of the consumer, it still looks wonderful. To my eye, different story. All done. All right, let's weed. All right, we're gonna hit finish on this. Push it to the side. All letters are intact. And what I like to do is take the excess away just because it makes it easier to weed when you don't have a lot of excess vinyl. Personal opinion, take it for what it's worth. Never know when you're going to be able to use it. I save all. We're actually going to start from the bottom here. And what I like to do is just grab a corner. Maybe. This video went a little longer than I expected. I do apologize for keeping you so long. I just wanted to make sure that you saw what I fudged up. And this one did it again. These are, again, smaller letters, so you just have to be very careful when weeding it. So what I'm going to do here is, because this is going to take about 10 to 15 minutes and I don't want to keep the video going for that long because I wouldn't want to watch a 40-minute video anyway, if I were you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this up and I'm going to apply it. And basically when I apply it, I will use this contact paper. You can use transfer tape if you want. You can use regular old packing tape like this if you want. I prefer this because it doesn't stick to your decal as much. It makes it quite a bit easier and it's way less expensive. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of this and then you'll see the finished product in the thumbnail. So I really do apologize that I wasn't able to finish this design. But I don't want to keep you on. It's already been 40 minutes. So I will finish this up, put it on there, show you in the thumbnail. I really hope that you enjoyed the process, even me showing you how to fix a fudge up, and all of that fun stuff. So please do like my video and subscribe to my channel. I'm all about showing you how to fix something when you mess up because it's the crafting world and it's going to happen, always. Doesn't matter how professional you are, how long you've been doing it, it's going to happen. So I want to be able to help you through the process. This weeding, it's going to be, you just have to go very slow and that's how I'm going to fix it, by going very slow, taking my time, not rushing through it. So, that's how you fix that. And when you mess up, typically I would just cut off the bottom, redo the bottom part, but I was kind of wishy-washy on the font anyway, so I said screw it, just redo it anyways. So again, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, and until next time, have a fantastic day. Thank you.